Shalom, my brothers and sisters. Shalom, and welcome to Less Than 10 Minutes. Words to Yashar'al, Nation of Believers. My name is Symmanayah, and today is August 25th. If you're tuning in for the first time, you will come to know that Yashar'al, Nation of Believers, of whom I am referencing, refer to those who seek to do the will of Almighty Yahuah. Those who accept Yahushua as Mashiach. Those made one. This consists of both Hebrew and Goyim, Arbri, Gentiles, other nations, all those who seek to worship and obey Almighty Yahuah and accept Yahushua as Mashiach. With that said, again, my name is Symmanayah, and today is August 25th. The words of this segment: fear, obedience, unbelief, blind, deaf. One's actions speaks louder than words. The Amos sequence has begun. Awake. The discipline of Almighty Yahuah. If we look at Amos, the 4th chapter, we will see there was a process, and I've labeled them into 5-step process. When it came to those who decided to rebel against Almighty Yahuah, his response to the rebellious first was famine. A food shortage came. They did not return to him then. A drought followed, which was water shortage, no rain. The rebellious still would not turn, and blight and blight followed afterwards. The destruction of produce and food. Man only continued to rebel, and this ushered in plagues, and then eventually the decision was made for man's destruction. Those that were at this time and in this place. Search the scriptures and discover these are ordered by Almighty Yahuah as a result of man's rebellion. Read Amos 4:6-13 and ask yourself, are you witnessing a repeat of sequences regarding the response of our actions toward the Almighty Father? I cannot stress this enough. Yes, I have spoken of this in another recording. My silence will come in due season, but as for now, I am compelled to deliver these words, my brothers and sisters. We will say many things, but it is our actions that will define our position. It's time to look in the mirror. What are you able to discern and understand? Remember, actions speak louder than words. Your actions, my actions, will speak louder than anything we say, speak in, or type. Those who are walking the planet, all behaviors are witnessed by another, and discernment reveals, uncovers. There is nothing that is hid that will not be revealed. Are we walking in fear, obedience, unbelief? Are we blind, deaf, and or just plain rebellious? The perfecting of each of us, as well as the body of Yashar'al, will produce the truth. Righteous rulings, judgment will be executed. Pray and watch. One of the two most important questions to ask is, how will these things be executed? And what will be the magnitude of the coming events before Yashar'al is awakening? So the timeliness of the execution of these sequences and the magnitude before we respond, or Yahushua, our Mashiach, return. Proverbs 1:7 states, the fear of Yahuwah is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and discipline. Proverbs 9:10 reads, the fear of Yahuwah is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the set apart one is understanding. 1 Samuel 15:22 reads, then Samuel, or Shemuel, said, does Yahuwah delight in burnt offerings and slaughterings, as in obeying the voice of Yahuwah? Look, to obey is better than an offering. To heed is better than the fat of rams. Exodus 19:5 reads, and now if you diligently obey my voice and shall guard my covenant, then you shall be my treasured possession above all peoples, for all the earth is mine. Romans 11:20 read, good. By unbelief they were broken off, and you stand by belief. Do not be arrogant, but fear. Hebrews 3:12 read, look out, brothers, lest there be any of you a wicked heart of unbelief is in falling away from the living Elohim. Hebrews 3:19 says, so we see that they are unable to enter in because of unbelief. Matthew 15:14 reads, leave them alone, they are blind leaders of the blind, and if the blind leads the blind, both shall fall into a ditch. Exodus 4:11 reads, and Yahuah said to him, who has made man's mouth, or who makes dumb, or deaf, or seen, or blind? Is it not I, Yahuah? My brothers and sisters, scriptures are full of life, but one must depend on the Spirit of Yahushua to make the connection, lest we miss what's true due to the dependence on the letter. Remember, the letter kills, but the Spirit makes alive. Let us depend on the Spirit of Yahushua to make alive his words, the words of the Most High Father. My brothers and sisters, favor and mercy is in the hands of the Most High Father Yahuah. Please do not ignore the living instructions and guidance of Yahushua and find yourselves succumbing to the ways of the rebellious. Again, I say, the Amos sequence of events has begun. Choose wisely this day who you will serve. There are those being used to speak to us one towards another as guided by the Spirit of Yahushua, who is able to discern living words and messages. My brothers and sisters, be encouraged. The Father is not slack concerning his words. Time to look in the mirror. It's time. Ask yourself, fear, obedience, unbelief, blind, deaf, which of these describe your current condition, our current condition? What are we doing? Let us come to grips that our actions speak louder than our words. The Amos sequence have begun. Awake, my brothers and sisters. Awake, my family. Until next time, remember, actions speak louder than words. Shalom, shalom, shalom.